Hello, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your prediction for May 2026. It is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it is meant for someone else to hear. And please check your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. And if you don't know what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. One other quick message: after the premiere of this video, you will be able to use the gear icon on this video to adjust the setting speed. Sometimes I channel quickly, sometimes I channel slowly, so make sure you click that gear icon. You can adjust the speed setting to your liking, to your choosing. With all of that said, now let's begin. Tapping into the Capricorn collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Capricorn need to know for May 2026? What do you need to know, my dear? Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. In the heart of your spread, we have the Queen of Swords. In the top row, we have the Six of Pentacles. We have the King of Swords. And we have the King of Pentacles. Flanking the Queen of Swords is Justice and the Ace of Pentacles. In the bottom row, we have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Eight of Cups. And we have the Nine of Swords. Sneak peek now into June. I can't believe June. I was almost going to say January. My, this year is flying by. Nine of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Emperor. And that leaves the Nine of Cups, Four of Cups, Temperance, and a King of Wands there at the bottom of the deck. Okay, let's begin to clarify. We are using the After Tarot deck. If you're not familiar with this deck, the images on these cards are different. It does slightly alter the meaning of the card as well, and we'll go through them as necessary in your reading today. All right, tapping into the Capricorn collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements for May 2026. We are clarifying Six of Pentacles, King of Swords, King of Pentacles, Justice, Queen of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Eight of Cups, and the Nine of Swords for the Capricorn collective. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Six of Pentacles is being clarified by the Tower. The King of Swords is being clarified by the Four of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is being clarified by the Fool. Justice is being clarified by the Ten of Wands, and the Queen of Swords is clarified by the Three of Wands. The Ace of Pentacles is clarified by Judgment. Wheel of Fortune is clarified by the Six of Cups. The Eight of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Swords is clarified by the Devil. Bottom of the deck, there is that King of Swords again to the King of Cups and the Moon, and that leaves the Queen of Wands, the Magician, Knight of Wands, Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Well, if you've ever seen my readings before, if you haven't, welcome, but if you have, thank you. But the one thing I always say for me as a reader, queens exist in the present because they process the past, and kings take action. This month, you are showing up in Queen of Swords energy, even though you are an earth sign. Your overall energy for the month is the Queen of Swords to the Three of Wands, whether you're masculine or feminine. This is someone who decisively knows the direction they want to move in. So if you, prior to May 1st, had any type of confusion, illusion, you were spoiled for choice, you didn't know what to do regarding a particular situation, environment, or connection, May changes the game for you. That Queen of Swords knows exactly what she wants. I say she, there's a woman on the card, but you could very well be a masculine or identify as such. The Three of Wands is astrologically the sun in Aries. This is someone who wants to move forward. Now, in the After Tarot deck, the ships are coming in. They're well within sight. And some of the tarot decks I have, the Three of Wands sometimes could be seen as waiting. I'm waiting for my ships to come in. I hope they come in. No, this is a Queen of Swords who not only knows what ship she wants to come in, she can see it. It's within sight. There's also a feeling of, I don't even have to wait for it to get to port. Like I could, I could start making my way to it while it is coming to me. Very clear. Top row, Six of Pentacles to the Tower, King of Swords to the Four of Pentacles, King of Pentacles to the Fool. Six of Pentacles to the Tower. The one thing you know is that the direction that you're moving in will not allow for anything that is not given to you with clear and honest reciprocity. You want equal. And we're not talking women's rights, men's rights, that kind of stuff. We're talking the Pentacle resource I put into you, time, love, money, talent, must be returned to me. If not, Tower, I don't want it. So it's almost like you're shattering whatever belief you had in the past that, oh, it's okay if I overgive. It's a, you know, it all balances out in the end. I think what you learned from the past experience was it really didn't balance out in the end. So now moving forward, situations, environments, or connections I engage in must be equal, must be reciprocal, must be as respectful towards me as I am towards them. King of Swords to the Four of Pentacles. Again, you showed up here as the Queen. Again, reflecting upon my past. I know how I'm moving forward. King of Swords. Now I'm moving forward. And I think what you're leaving behind is the way you used to show up in connection, which was, I'm okay with receiving less because, you know, at the end of the day, everything balances out. King of Swords is saying, I don't want to show up that way anymore. If we're going to move forward with great intention, based upon our past experiences, we're going to have to shed a layer of ourselves that allowed all of that bullshit, non-reciprocal crap to happen. If you don't like cursing, sorry, check out another reader. The Four of Pentacles in the After Tarot deck is met with the Grim Reaper. It's scorpionic energy. I think you're letting go or shedding, not of a particular person, and I'm not ruling that off the table yet, but it's almost like a part of yourself that allowed non-reciprocal experiences to exist. So King of Pentacles, now you are taking action, very solid, very grounded. I want situations, environments, connections in my life that are reciprocal, that I could see in my life 1, 5, 10 years down the line. And with that, you're taking a leap of faith. Justice to the Ten of Wands. Balance in all connections. Justice is Libra. Libra is the house of marriage, partnerships, contracts, relationships, whether they are professional, platonic, or romantic. You're holding the Ace of Wands. You're moving forward. You're a little tired. 9 wands are on the ground. You've been through hell. You're not giving up. And the one thing you firmly believe here is moving forward, things must be balanced in all connections in my life. Ace of Pentacles to Judgment. The judgment call I'm making is when I start over, I start fresh, needs to be reciprocal. I'm sorry if I keep using that word, but that's what I keep being told. Wheel of Fortune to the Six of Cups. There's an opportunity here, we're going to clarify, either to connect with a past person or to possibly fall back into a toxic pattern that you were just trying to escape from or shed. 8 of Cups to the 9 of Cups. There's something here about moving forward in a way that will make you happy. So I don't think you are resorting back to a past pattern. And even if you are returning to a past person, you're not doing so the way you did before. And I say that because the 9 of Swords to the Devil. In most tarot decks, the Devil card depicts two people shackled to one another, shackled to the podium, or shackled to the podium the Devil presides over. But in the After Tarot deck, the people are freed. So there's something here about whether I'm going to move forward with a past connection or move forward towards a new connection. The one thing I'm not doing is falling back into that old pattern. Let's begin to clarify. Queen of Swords. What got you all riled up here to begin with? Some hard lesson. Probably a tower moment. Some type of 10 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 5 of Swords behavior here. Radically changed who you are and how you show up. One more shuffle. Thank you. Queen of Swords, the Devil. There you are, my darling. Not afraid to see that. Queen of Pentacles and the Strength card. Bottom of the deck, Temperance. Now, the Devil card is you, but again, we're clarifying what molded you or shaped you into being the Queen of Swords. And I think it was some type of toxic pattern within yourself that you recognized, possibly through a toxic situation, environment, or connection that you dealt with. And it took you a lot of strength and courage and perseverance to deal with this, to come through it, and to change as a result of it. Change is usually hard. Clarify that. 3 of Wands. Now we're moving forward. One more shuffle. Thank you. We're moving forward, justice, towards fair partnerships, equal partnerships. Death to the old way I used to do connections. 7 of Pentacles. If I'm going to invest in you for the long run, you better damn well be capable and able to invest in me in the long run as well. You healed a massive wound within the Capricorn collective. And May is just seeing the results of that wound that was healed. Six of Pentacles. Clarify the Six of Pentacles. Sorry about that. Clarify the Six of Pentacles. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Six of Pentacles clarified by 10 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Wands. I'm going to get right back to your reading. It's my dad calling, and he's ill. He knows to not call me while I'm working, so it must be very important. So I'm going to pause the video, and I'll come right back. All right, Capricorn, and I'm back. So the Six of Pentacles is clarified by the 10 of Wands, the 3 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Wands. This is definitely someone who sees that the only way I can move forward in connections, the only way I can have victory is to let go of the way I used to do things. I'm willing to work. I'm willing to collaborate. I'm willing to partner with a person or people, but only if it is reciprocal in nature. Clarify that Tower. This seems to be like an absolute truth of yours. Like this is a non-negotiable. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Tower is clarified by the 5 of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the 3 of Pentacles. Again, 3 of Pentacles twice. I'm willing to work with you, collaborate with you, be in partnership, unionship with you, but not at the expense of myself, my self-worth, my self-values. This is you being completely aligned and true to who you are and your higher self. And I think I said in the Sagittarius reading, there's also a feeling here of like future you is really proud of you right now. King of Swords to the 4 of Pentacles. Not going to clarify that. I think I explained that already in that intro portion or earlier in the reading. But let's clarify the King of Pentacles, because now you're like, I'm solid. You are now in your highest vibration. That is your king, the King of Pentacles. One more shuffle here. Thank you. King of Pentacles is clarified by the Star. Because you healed that wound, you're now in your highest vibration. Chariot, you can move forward. Page of Wands into the great wide open. Really, 2 of Wands. So whatever direction you move in, whatever you do from this point forward, you will be doing it differently. Capricorn 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. I don't know where you are, but it's definitely not the version of you, not the original version. We're scrapping that now in May of 2026. I like to clarify that Ace of Pentacles. Clarify the Ace of Pentacles. I'm not even going to clarify the Fool card. I think that's self-explanatory there. The Page of Wands is the minor arcana card to the Fool card. So again, more steady, more grounded in your highest vibration, knowing exactly what you want out of all types of connections in your life and taking that leap of faith. Ace of Pentacles. One more shuffle. Thank you. Ace of Pentacles clarified by the 7 of Wands, the 5 of Cups, and the 5 of Pentacles. Bottom of deck, 8 of Swords. Clarify Judgment. There's someone here from your current circle, possibly even a former one, who wishes to reconnect with you. One more shuffle. Thank you. Judgment is clarified by the Emperor, Chariot, and the Queen of Wands. Bottom of the deck, High Priestess shows itself again. So there's someone here who wishes to reconnect with you in that Judgment card. That is not a new Ace of Pentacles. That is someone desiring a renewal in an Ace of Pentacles for you. I have 2 different groups of you. Let me refrain that message now. Let me just get one card on this. Can I get one card on Judgment, please? One more shuffle. Thank you. Queen of Pentacles. So this is coming to you. I wasn't quite sure if this was you approaching this person. No, this is this person approaching you. You showed up before as the King of Pentacles, now the Queen of Pentacles. So this individual appears to be approaching you. I'm going to say for 80% of you, this is your current, like a current person in your life or someone from your past. And for 20% of you, it's someone entirely new. Regardless of who they are, a past person, your current person, an entirely new person, you are not immediately jumping into the connection or the reconnection. You seem to be wanting to make some type of decision here. It's almost like you are, it's almost like you're trying to like measure this person out or figure out if they're genuine. If it's a current or past person, you're trying to figure out if they have changed. Do they understand, oh, the new rules of engagement? I just heard you have new rules of engagement. Look at you. When it comes to connections, I'm going to call your video that. So if it's the current or past person, it's almost like you are assessing them to see, based upon my past experience with you, should I engage or re-engage with this person? Like, are they aware of the rules of engagement, and are they willing to play along? Are they willing to respect them? If it's a new person, same thing. You're sort of like sizing them up based upon my past experience, because I don't want to repeat those old patterns. Is this person capable of meeting me where I'm at? I do think for 80% of you, it's a current person or past person in your life. That could be a friend, a family member, ex-boss, ex-coworker, certainly could be a lover. And for others of you, this is someone new. But again, it's like 20% of you, this is someone new. So take it how it resonates. I want to clarify one other thing here. Wheel of Fortune to the Six of Cups. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune. One more shuffle. Thank you. Wheel of Fortune, clarified by the Ace of Cups. Queen of Wands shows themselves again, and the Eight of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Four of Pentacles. It's almost like it's a little irrelevant if this is the past, like a past person, a current person in your life, or a new person. This is solely focused around you, saying, if I were to open up my heart in this direction to engage with this individual, regardless of who they are, am I fully confident in myself that I will not repeat that cycle, which was overgiving and therefore being taken advantage of? Six of Cups. Clarify that. Six of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. Look at that. Seven of Swords to Hierophant and the Ten of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Six of Pentacles, which was your first card here. So that definitely is. If I'm going to engage in this partnership, connection, marriage, workplace opportunity, sometimes the Hierophant could be career and finance related, this community group, this religious group, whatever this is, friend group, construct of a family unit, I just want to make sure that I don't repeat a past mistake, because in the After Tarot deck, the Seven of Swords, the person is looking back to their past and afraid, if concerned, that they might make a mistake. This person's about to step into a trap. So again, regardless of who this person is, you seem to be saying, am I ready to engage? Am I strong enough to engage? Will I not revert back to how I used to be? It's almost like you're second guessing your ability here. At the end of the day, you want to do what's right. The feeling here, Eight of Cups and Nine of Cups, is I didn't go through all of that to see a wound within myself, to heal that wound within myself, and then only to revert back to that past pattern, regardless of who this person is. So there's a feeling here of whatever I decide to do from this moment forward, it has to be completely aligned to who I am and my happiness, because I did not go through all of that for nothing. Nine of Swords. Clarify the Nine of Swords. The same Emperor who wants you to make a judgment call is also here in June, by the way. Judgment to the Emperor. So whoever this is, it looks like they're not giving up. Past, present, new. Clarify that Nine of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. Clarified by the King of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Pentacles. Well, kings take action. So this is you after review, after a lot of thought and contemplation. You are communicating back to this person. Please don't allow tarot to tell you what you're going to do. You have, free will. Don't give that away to me or to anyone else that you watch on YouTube or elsewhere. But kings take action. The Queen here was assessing. You're now in king form, about to take action. Communicate back to this person. What are you communicating back to this person? What is Capricorn communicating back to this person? One more shuffle. Thank you. Eight of Cups, that past lesson. Eight of Swords and the Three of Swords. Bottom of that, Six of Pentacles shows itself again. So let's say this is work. You left a toxic work environment. You now have a new employment opportunity. You're not sure if you can take it. You don't know if you can trust yourself to be in a work environment again and be able to not, how am I going to hold the line with the new boss, right? I don't want them to think that I'm rude or I'm being too restrictive, but how do I maintain those boundaries that I learned through such a difficult and tumultuous work environment in the past? How do I do that Can I do that? And you're like, you know what, at the end of the day, as long as I do what makes me happy, I'm going to be okay. And what makes me happy is not reverting back to the old me. This would be you communicating to the employer, I'm willing to accept your, this is like a thank you, okay? There is something polite there when we see that Page of Swords. To the Eight of Pentacles, I would like to accept your job offer, right? Because that's what you would be doing here. But there's something here of, but I have to be honest with you. If at any point in time during my employment with your company, it becomes eerily reminiscent of the last toxic employer that I worked for, just know that I will exit and leave. So I want to make sure that I'm entering a healthy work environment because I've done a lot of healing. That last place did a lot of damage to me. Same thing if this is a new person wants to connect with you, a new friend, a new social group, a new community group, maybe even a new love interest asking you out on a date. I'm open to getting to know you. We're going to start small, Page of Swords, communication. But if at any point in time I feel like you're taking advantage of me, just know that I will leave the organization, or I will end our friendship, or I'll just stop dating you, because I've been through hell and back and I've changed a lot through that process. And I'm not looking to repeat anything from the past. This is just being honest. This is where I'm at. And if it's your current person or past person, I have to be honest with you. It looks like you're willing to work on the connection, whether it's professional, platonic, or romantic. But it's if at any point in time you make me feel like I have to give more than you're giving me, I will walk away. And the After Tarot deck, the Six of Pentacles, the person is walking away. Where here you were willing to only accept breadcrumbs. Not here, not after that lesson. You will walk away. This person here has walked away. They have left the scene. So and again, Four of Swords, you've healed a big wound here. This person continues to exist in your energy in June. I want to get you a couple of cards for that. So the new boss, the old boss, you know what I mean? The old lover, the new lover. Same thing, friends, whoever this is, they're still in your life in June. One more shuffle. Thank you. Six of Swords, Seven of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Wands. Clarify that further, please. You're maintaining your boundary. One more shuffle. Thank you. Holy Jesus. Five of Cups, Four of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles shows itself again. Both decks this one was on the table. This at the bottom, Nine of Pentacles. In June, you're reminding this person, although I've been working with you for the past month, or I didn't leave the company, maybe some of you, you're deciding to stay at the current place of employment. Whoever this is, past, present, or new, you're letting them know in June that even though you've had approximately a month of, interaction or continued interaction with them, you're still putting them on notice that should they ever resort back to the behavior that you once experienced with them or with someone else, you will gladly leave, because you are a sovereign being. You're reminding someone, I am a sovereign being. I don't have to stay in a toxic work environment or in any toxic connection in my life. Nine of Pentacles, I'm good with or without you. So it looks like in June, you're calling someone out on something. There's something here that they say that's eerily reminiscent of something they did in the past, something they said in the past, or what a past person said to you. And it looks like you are immediately calling them out on it. Five of Cups is not looking at the three cups that are spilled. It's looking directly at a new connection. It's almost like if you're doing what you did before, or you're doing what this past person, situation, environment, connection, whatever, did before, I'm out. Like, I'm not afraid to walk away. I know I can find another job. I know I can find another friend. I know in time I'll find another lover. So there is something here that they're doing in June. Something they're saying. It hits you the wrong way, and you feel a need to call it out. I'm not going to let you sit there for the next month trying to figure out what the hell it is. Clarify that Seven of Swords for June for Capricorn. One more shuffle. Thank you. Because immediately your suspicion, remember, based upon your past experience of that King of Swords, there you are again. King of Cups is dumping out the cup and the moon. Whatever this person says or does is eerily reminiscent of something they did in the past or something someone else did in the past, and it conjures up all of these feelings. It's going to be a trigger for you, okay? Heads up on that. One more shuffle on that Seven of Swords. Thank you. Clarified by the Moon. 2 Moon cards. Ace of Wands. 2 cards came out. 2 of Wands and the 4 of Cups. Bottom of the deck, the Sun card. Something they say or do, there's some light here that's shed on it. You feel like this person is exhibiting the same behavior they did in the past, or same behavior someone else exhibited in the past. You're noticing it immediately, like your intuition's at an all-time high here. Tell me more about that Seven of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. 8 of Wands, 2 of Cups, and the Page of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Cups. There's something here that they're doing, something that you're witnessing, something that they say triggers you to, I don't want to say spy on them, but keep a little bit more of a watchful eye on them. And it looks like whatever you're witnessing as you're watching what's occurring, you're then calling it out. So you're addressing it with them. I hope you're not doing that again. Or, you know, this happened, let's say it's work. You know, yesterday Becky did ABC, and it really reminded me of the last company I worked at, where, whatever, Natalia did, you know, ABC, and I saw how that played out. I'm just bringing to your attention that this is what this employee is doing. This is what it reminds me of. So if it's a work environment, it looks like you're bringing it to the attention of a higher up, that something occurring at the workplace is eerily reminiscent of some type of Seven of Sword behavior you witnessed at the previous job. Same thing if this is a new friend or a new lover. You're calling it out. I don't like what you're doing or what you just said or the way you're behaving. It reminds me of this person who screwed me over. If it's someone you're keeping in your life, you're deciding to keep them in your life, you're calling it out. I don't like what you just said or the way you're behaving. I've been watching you around the house or wherever we're hanging out or whatever. This is exactly how you used to behave last time you did Seven of Swords behavior to me. The last time you behaved that way. So it looks like you're calling someone out in June. Okay. Let's get you a couple cards of advice. We'll get into oracles and then some Kipper cards. And sorry for that call before from my dad. He's okay, by the way. He's okay. I think in his advanced age, sometimes he just kind of forgets the time of day. All right, let's get a couple of cards here of advice, how to navigate all of this. One more shuffle. Thank you. 10 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, how to navigate all this, 8 of Pentacles. Keep doing this. Whatever it is that you're doing, where you're holding the line, you're respecting yourself, probably for the first time in a long time. So don't allow anyone to guilt you or make you feel like you have to carry the load, the brunt, you know, the weight of any partnership or connection. You've mastered something here within yourself, the ability to say no. And this is all because you nurtured yourself. So don't forget who you are, whoever's coming back here. Or again, if it's something new, don't forget what you went through back there. Let's get 3 cards of advice if this is new. Okay, new situation, environment, or connection, new person. One more shuffle. Thank you. Advice for the new. Page of Cups, that would be that new offer. Wheel of Fortune, and the 3 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Wands, the Star, and the Ace of Wands. So just proceed cautiously. If you accept this offer or opportunity, just be very cognizant of the fact of all the work you did back there in that 3 of Pentacles. And that if you're going to come to the table with 3 of Pentacles, the other person needs to come at the table with the 3 of Pentacles. It's the only way we get the 6. A true 6, not a breadcrumbing 6 of Pentacles. So, yeah, as long as you feel comfortable with that, they're paying you adequately for what you're bringing to the table, then that's okay. If you feel you will be treated fairly, then you can proceed forward. But just be mindful. This is second decan Capricorn. Okay, don't lower your defenses or your guard down. If it's a current or past situation, environment, or connection. Past situation, environment, or connection advice. One more shuffle. Thank you. 4 Swords, 5 of Cups, and the Tower. Bottom of the deck, the World card. 7 of Wands, 9 of Wands. Remember what I said at the end of the day, you have to do what you want to do. The advice here is to not re-engage with that person. But maybe you need to. Maybe until you can firmly close the door on them, that's what you need to do. Maybe you need another cycle. But there is something here about really pausing before you just take action, right? Tower, Mars, to return back to someone who severely disappointed you. So World cards, 7 of Wands, 9 of Wands, Strength. I mean, this is standing your ground and saying no, not allowing them back into your life. But again, at the end of the day, you have to do what is best for you. Remember, whatever makes you truly happy. 3 cards of advice. And maybe some of you need another cycle, and when this happens in June, maybe that's when you say no. You know, sometimes we have to repeat things. Sometimes we give people more benefits of the doubt than they deserve. Your advice here clearly is to not give in. But if you feel called to do that and give them a chance, that's on you. As long as at the end of the day, it's making you happy and you don't feel like you are cheating or shorting yourself or lying to yourself about it. 3 cards. I want to get you advice for June, even though it's a month off, but still. 1 more shuffle. Thank you. When it comes to that. Judgment, Knight of Swords, and the Lovers. Bottom of the deck, Page of Pentacles. Your advice, if you see any sneaky behavior, especially when it comes to like breadcrumbs or something like that, you have some tangible proof, you've been watching what this person's doing, yes, your decision here is to call it out, to voice about it, to state your opinion. Knight of Swords is the most opinionated knight in tarot. So there is something here about very quickly shutting it down by addressing it, not ignoring it. Okay, I think that's everything for you there, my dear. Let's get you some oracle cards, and we'll close it off with some kippers. New rules of engagement. Don't forget them now. You're the one who created them. You have to abide by them now. 3 oracle cards here for Capricorn. 1 more shuffle. Thank you. Embrace your truth. Trust. Self-awareness. Bottom of the deck. Own your path. Oh, I don't think I've seen that card this time around. I don't think I saw it last month either. 3 more oracle cards here. I'll read them to you in a second. 3 more oracle cards here for Capricorn. 1 more shuffle. Thank you. Healing herbs, mystic mirror, and mystic fog. Bottom of the deck, elder's wisdom. So embrace your truth. Accept your true self. Loving yourself and others unconditionally. Just make sure no one is taking advantage of you, okay? Healing herbs, nature provides. Use its gifts for healing. Often with this card, what I see is someone has taken, and that's you, that someone is you. Someone has taken a lot of time to heal a wound within themselves. You've nurtured yourself back to health after whatever has occurred here. And you're going to continue to do that. I mean, by every indication on the table, it looks like you will continue to put yourself first. Just make sure that nothing comes along that tempts you, that makes you forget what you went through or the lesson that you learned back there. Trust. Establish trust in yourself and in others. Whoever this is, they're going to need to prove themselves that they're not like the past or not like that past situation, environment, or connection. Mystic mirror, self-reflection brings insight. Look within. I think that's what you did or what you're doing. You're realizing your role in what occurred there, in allowing that behavior or making excuses for it, or being, like I said, a people pleaser. Self-awareness, understand your inner needs and your true feelings. And then mystic fog, embrace the unknown. Mystery leads to discovery. So yes, you want to embark on whatever this is, past, new, or current. It's a little bit of an unknown here of what's going to happen. Something's definitely occurring in June, and I see you, calling it out. But again, mystery leads to discovery. So if anything here seems shady at any time, it's on you to discover. Pay attention. Page of Swords, what is going on? Don't bury your head in the sand again, because only then you will be able to like nip it in the bud, Knight of Swords, and address it. The Page will witness it. The Knight will say something about it. Let's get you 6 oracle cards now, and we'll close out your reading. You have main male. You could be the main male, main female. Toil and labor. This has been a work. You are a work in progress. The old you is dead. Coffin. I don't mean that literally. You're not dying. In journey. And here begins your whole new beginning. You can take those lessons from the past and never repeat them again. or you can acknowledge that you learned them, and then you may accidentally repeat them again, okay? Because that journey card came on the side. So whoever this person is, again, just make sure that old version of you no longer exists. There's no reason to resurrect it. 2 cards for the bottom. Courthouse and child. The rebirth of how you do your soul contracts. You cannot make it up. Privileged lady, that's your 9 of Pentacles. I can do this with or without you. Pathway, 7 of Swords. If anyone is engaging in that behavior ever again, you are to call it out. Despair, expectation, bad health. You call all of that nonsense out when you see it. No longer staying quiet, knowing your voice, standing your ground. It's a whole new you. It's a 2.0. Congratulations. It wasn't easy, but you did it. Just make sure moving forward, nothing drags you back to that old version of what you were. That is what I have for you, Capricorn, for May 2026. Again, I apologize for the phone call as well as my voice. I've been doing a lot of readings lately, but that's what I have for you. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that on your mobile device. And don't forget to check out your other placements. Until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.